Okay, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to all you Akim who be pushing this word in truth and sincerity around the world. We are the true Hebrew Israelites. The true Israelites are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Mexicans, Argentinians, Jamaicans, did I say Dominicans? I think I did. West Indians. Basically, the 12 tribes of Israel consist of these peoples. And if you want to know more, please Google GMS 12 tribes sign, and you'll see the list of nations which make up the 12 tribes of Israel, and the tribes which make up the nation of the 12 tribes of Israel. So like I said that in the wrong way around. But yeah, you can Google GMS 12 tribes sign, learn more, or alternatively, no, there's no alternatively, I was just going to say something else. If you happen to look like any of the other nations, but this word resonates with your spirit and you believe it to be true, then it's possible that you might too also be an Israelite, no matter what you look like, because it's all determined by your seed line. Now, what happened to Israel as a nation is that we were scattered through, we were put into slavery under other nations during our various captivities, the most recent being the transatlantic slave trade. Now, what happened is because we mingled among those nations, we may happen to look like those other nations. So it's not about what you look like. This isn't about what you physically look like. It's about your seed line and who your father is. Yeah. So your nationality is determined by the line of your father. So as I said, we're coming in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, which is to say Yahweh, which is the one true God of the Bible. That's his true name, not Jehovah or Yah or Yahweh or anything like that. His true name is Yahweh, and his son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, because the Hebrew is the Lashon Kodash, which is the holy tongue, the first language, is the Hebrew, and the Heavenly Father and his son speak Hebrew. So those are the true Hebrew names, not Jesus Christ, which is what the world calls ignorantly calls Yahweh Shai. His true name is Yahweh Shai. So let's get into today's lesson. So the topic of this evening's lesson is I'm going to be continuing on with my series of how to destroy the Quran by using the Bible. Now, I just want to make a quick amendment to the lesson I did yesterday. I made a slip of the tongue and I said we'd be destroying the Bible with the Quran, but that was a slip of the tongue. We're not destroying the Bible. The Bible is destroying the Quran, because the Bible, the King James Bible, is our rock and our foundation, and basically any lie that comes up against that foundation upon which we stand is going to get destroyed. It's like a ship that's crashing against the rocks. You can't come up against the truth of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. It will break you in pieces, and that's exactly what it's doing here with the Quran, breaking it in pieces. So let's crush it underfoot some more and get into this evening's lesson. So this evening's lesson, I'm going to be focusing on the last part of Surah number 1, verses 5 through 7. Now, if you want to get understanding of the previous breakdowns I've done, please check my other lessons that I've done before, because this is an ongoing series. But if you're new to this, maybe you can jump in and follow along. So we're going to start with Surah 1 and 5, but to read up a bit, just so you know where we're coming from, I'll start at verse 2. It says on this app here, so read along or follow along. It says, "Praise belongs to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the All-Merciful, the Very Merciful, the Master of the Day of Requital. You alone do we worship, and from you alone do we seek help. Take us on the straight path, the path of those whom you have bestowed your grace, not those who have incurred your wrath, nor those who have gone astray." So we're focusing on basically verses 5 through 7 here, which again says, "You alone do we worship, and from you alone do we seek help. Take us on the straight path, the path of those whom you have bestowed your grace, not of those who have incurred your wrath, nor of those who have gone astray." So obviously, the Muslims believe in Allah, but as Israelites, we believe in the Bible, and we believe in Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, which is Yahweh being the one true God, and his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai. So, I want to get into the physical copy of the Quran, just so we can check that we're on the same page, so that the app and what I'm reading here is concordant. So let's get my camera. Go to my camera, yeah. Now this should, Yeah, she come up. So, as I said, we're reading from verse 5. It says, "You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help for each and everything. Guide us to the straight way, the way of those whom you have bestowed your grace, not the way of those who have earned your anger, nor those who went astray." That's pretty rich. So, that's what this Quran says. Let's see what the Bible says. So I'm going to start with Matthew chapter 11 and 27. Now what I'm going to do to prove, because a lot of Muslims like to say the Bible's been changed, but if you're dealing with the King James, which is what you're supposed to be dealing with, you'll see that it hasn't changed. And I'm going to prove it here because I've got my 1611 text here and the modern translation of the 1611 text. And I'm also using my modern translation of the King James Apocrypha. So, let's get into Matthew 11 and 27. First of all, let me pull it up on the app, be quicker. Yeah. So let's get Matthew 11 and 27. There we are. So this reads, "All things are delivered." This is Yahushua speaking, because you can see it's got the red text here, yeah? So this is Yahushua actually speaking these words. He says, "All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son, but the Father. Neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him." Now, what you need to understand is that Yahweh is only dealing with Israel. He isn't dealing with Muslims. He isn't dealing with Hindus. He isn't dealing with Hare Krishna. He isn't dealing with Buddhists. Yahweh is only dealing with the 12 tribes of Israel. Now let me get the proof of that, which is in Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6, which is here. And it says, this is Yahweh speaking via Moses. It says, "For thou art a holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are on the face of the earth. Yahweh did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people. But because Yahweh loved you, and because you would keep the oath to which he has sworn unto your fathers, being Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, hath Yahweh brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt." So these are the words that were spoken to us after we had our exodus from Egypt. Yeah? So Yahweh is not dealing with any other nation, which I just made the point here. Going back to what I was saying about Yahweh, because basically what you need to understand is that right now Yahweh isn't dealing with us directly as Israelites. He's not dealing with us because he's got his face turned away from us. So the only way to get to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, is by going through his Son, Yahushua, which serves as the mediator. Yeah? Which is why Yahushua's name means he saves or he delivers. So basically we have to go, there's a chain of command in everything. And in order to get to the Heavenly Father, we have to go through Yahushua, which is why we say Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahushua, which is to say Yahweh in the name of Yahushua. Okay? So, hopefully that makes sense. Let's get Luke 22 and 10. Where am I? Here we are. So, this says, once again in the red text means it's Yahushua's words. He says, "And he said unto them, Behold, when you are entering..." Is that the right one I want? 22 and 10? "And behold, when you are entered into the city, there shall a man meet you." No. Salakia, this isn't the verse I want. Luke 10 and 22, Salakia. Here we go. Once again, he's saying again, "All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son, who the Son is, but the Father, and who the Father is, but the Son, and he to whom the Son will reveal him." Yeah? So basically, this is about election. And if you're of the elect, Yahweh and Yahushua will be dealing with you. Because this is all about the 144,000 elect men and the 1/3 of Israel, which are being dealt with right now. The Most High isn't dealing with 2/3 of Israel because they're going to be destroyed on this side. So as I said, Yahushua serves as the mediator. So let me get John 5:22. Okay. This reads, "For the Father judgeth no man, but hath committed all judgment unto the Son." There you go. And it says that all men should honour the Son, even as they honour the Father. He that honoureth not the Son, honoureth not the Father which hath sent him. So that's a clean cut to what the Muslims were saying in Surah 1:5-7, which says, "You alone do we worship, and from you alone do we seek help." Well, the Holy Bible says something quite different. It says that all men should honour the Son, even as they honour the Father. He that honoureth not the Son, honoureth not the Father which hath sent him. Okay? Now, I want to make a point here. You know, as Israelites, we're not Christians. We don't follow the same doctrine as the Catholics or the Roman Catholics or, you know, the Seventh-day Adventists or Christianity in general, because they don't know the scriptures. They don't know their arse from their elbow, basically. Because you'll get Christians saying that they believe in the Trinity and that the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit are one entity, but they can't even explain how that works. Now, I've got a clean cut for that, which I'm not going to waste time going into, so it's going to be quick. But my point is this: Yahweh and Yahushai are different entities. Yeah? They're not the same. They're not one being. Because if they were one being, answer me this: who was Yahushua praying to in the Garden of Gethsemane before he was crucified, before he got grabbed up by the Romans? Who was he praying to? If he and the Father were one, why would he pray to someone else? Or even when he was on the cross and he was it says when he believed for a moment that the Lord had turned his face away from Yahushua, Eli, lama sabachthani. I think that's what it is. When he says, Father, why hast thou forsaken me? Something to those effect. Some words to those effect. I'm roughly paraphrasing, so forgive me if I quoted it wrong. But again, who was he calling to if he and the Father were one entity? See, it don't make sense. Christians don't know these scriptures, man. They don't know the word. So, let me move on with this. Let me get John 6:64. I need to start jumping into... Actually, let me just start getting this in the physical copy so you can see that the words I'm saying are true. So let's jump into this. Let's try and get John 16:64 in the 16:11 text. What's this? Saying the camera's not clean. John 6:64 we're looking for. It's Matthew. Matthew again. Luke. John 5:6. Next page. Here we are. Yeah. Exactly what we're looking for. Here's John 16:64. And it says, But there are some of you that believe not. For it says Iesus, which is again, see it says Iesus here, which is proof that the letter J wasn't invented till after the 1600s, because here we have the 1611 Holy Bible, King James Version, and the letter J didn't exist back then. As you can see, 1664, where was I? Am I in 1664? Yeah, I am. Sorry, wrong page. Here we are. So, as you can see where it says Iesus there, which now today is pronounced Jesus because we have the letter J, but that's not his true name. His name is Yahushai in the Hebrew. So I'm going to read it as it should be. It says, But there are some of you that believe not. For Iesus, which is the Greek way of saying Yahushai, knew from the beginning who they were that believed not, and who that should betray him. And he said, Therefore said I unto you, that no man can come unto me, except it were given unto him of my Father. And it says, From that time many of disciples went back and walked no more with him. Which means that the people who went back and followed him no more they weren't of the elect. And I guess they were reproved by his saying and they didn't follow him anymore. But the true followers of Yahushua will follow wherever the Lamb goes. They'll follow his word through anything. So this is all about election. So that's what it says in the 1611. Let's grab that in the modern day version of the King James Bible. John 16:64 we want, which is here. Right here. So it says, "But there are some of you that believe not, for Yahushua knew from..." See, it's got the J there. Let me point to it so you can see it. It's got the J there rather than the I. It says, "But there are some of you that believe not, for Yahushua knew from the beginning who they were that believed not and who should betray him. And he said, Therefore said I unto you, no man can come unto me except to have given him of my Father. And from that time many of his disciples went back and walked with him no more." So as you can see, the text is concordant with each other. So let's get some more precepts. John 14:6 I'd like. So there's John 14:6 in the 1611 text. Again it says, "Jesus saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father, but by me. If you had known me, ye should have known my Father also. And from henceforth ye know him, and have seen him." Let's jump into the modern translation. I was looking for John 14:6, which is here. As you can see, it's got the J. And it says, and verse 6 says, "And Yahushua saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. If you had known me, you should have known my Father also. And from henceforth ye know him and have seen him." So it's concordant. No incongruities there. Let's get John 14:2. What does this say? No. That's not what I want. No, that's not what I want. It's lucky, bear with me a second. That's John 15. John 14:2 is here. Yeah, here we want it. It says, let me start from 1. It says, "Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe in me. Believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you." And verse 3 says, "And if I go to and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also." See? Now let me jump into the verse here before I break it down. Here it says, "Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe in me also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go to prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there may ye be also." See? So basically, when it says in his Father's house are many mansions, that's talking about the whole universe. Like there's other planets out there, other galaxies and stuff like that, which are being prepared for the elect, because we're going to rule we're going to become masters of the universe, basically. Joint heirs along with Yahushua, which is the precept for that is Revelation 2:25-27. I'm going to grab that in a minute, but let me just get a couple scriptures before that, because what I'm trying to show you is that the scriptures have clearly said in the Bible that you have to believe in the Father, Yahweh, and give reverence to the Son. Whereas in the Quran, it's saying that they believe only on Allah. And Allah isn't even the God that we as Israelites serve. So let me get Proverbs 30:4, which is a good cut for that. This is quite enjoyable, man, actually busting up this Quran. It ain't that hard. It ain't that hard, and I'm actually enjoying this. So, was Proverbs 30:4 I want? Yeah. 29, 30, here we are. This might be it. Here we go. This is a parable. And, this is for who can understand it. It says, "Who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fists? who hath bound the waters in a garment, who hath established all the ends of the earth. What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell? So what is the Heavenly Father's name, and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell? Now, a lot of people in the world might say, oh, Yah and Jesus, or Yahweh and Jesus, or Yahushua, or something like that, which is not the true names. The true names are Yahweh and Yahushai, but not many people know that. That's why that parable is there, because it's like it's only for those who know, because Yahweh and Yahushai aren't revealing themselves to everybody. They're only dealing with a small number, a very, very small sanctuary, which is the elect. So I'm going to get that in the modern King James text to show it says the same thing. Proverbs 13:4 is here. It says, who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fists? Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou can tell? See, again, complete concordance between these two texts. So I'm going to get Psalms 2 and 12, which is a great one to get, because this is King David speaking. And what you'll find is some Muslims will say, oh, but we believe in King David. Well, if you believe in King David, let's see if you believe in what he said here, because this was written by King David. So this is Psalms chapter 2 and verse 12. And it says, 16:11 text here, kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Cut. Clean cut. Because in the Quran, in the Quran it says, in Allah do they trust. So let's just get that again, to show I'm not bullshitting and making this up. Yeah, here it says, you alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help for each and everything. So they ain't calling on Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai. So they're speaking of a different God. So let me get Psalms 2 and 12 in the 1611. Modern King James. Psalms 2 and 12 is here. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed all they that put their trust in him. Concordant. So let me get Matthew 17 and 5 now. And that was King David speaking. So next time a Muslim tries to say, but yeah, we believe in the prophets, ask them if they believe in that. So here's Matthew 17 and 5. 1611 version. And it says, this is a beautiful precept. This is one of the main ones I wanted to get. It says, while he yet spoke, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and behold, a voice out of the cloud which said, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him. That's the voice of Yahweh saying that. Yeah? Let's get that in the modern King James. So you want Matthew, 17 and 5? Which is here. Here it says, while he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and behold, a voice out of the cloud which said, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him. And I'm going to go one verse further, and it says in verse 6, and when the disciples heard it, they fell on their face and were sore afraid. Yeah, boy, because you should be afraid of Yahweh Shai, because he's coming back with great wrath to destroy this place. And all you Muslims are going to get it. Just flipping trying to front like you're the holy people. You ain't the holy people, man. You're just as bad as those gutter rats running around in Israel at the moment, trying to masquerade like you're the people of the Lord. Now Yahweh's only dealing with the Israelites, which I proved in Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. So let me get the last few precepts I want to get here. This is Revelation 2 and 25, which is another great one. Again, Yahweh Shai talking to the Apostle John, giving him the revelation. So 25 I'm looking for, which is here. And he says, but that which you have already hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. So that's the power Yahushua has got, and he's going to give that to the 144,000 elect, which are going to be joint heirs with him. Basically, we're all the sons of God as Israelites, because Yasharallah means he is the prince of the power. But the elect are going to be on a higher level than everyone else in Israel. They're going to be the highest of the high, along with Yahushua and King David. Well, Yahushua is going to be the highest, but after that you have King David, the 12 apostles, and then the 144,000, and then the rest of Israel. So let me get this here, Revelation chapter 2 and verse 25. And he says here, "But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works to the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter. Shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father." Ooh, yeah, cooking with fire now. So I want to get 2 more precepts, but these are going to be in the Apocrypha. So let me get Ezra's, second Ezra's. Is it first Ezra's? No, that's not what I want. Second Ezra's 2 and 42 I want. So here's the Apocrypha. Second Ezra's 2 and 42. And it says, "I, Ezra, saw upon Mount Sion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, and I marvelled at greatly. And so I asked the angel," because this is Ezra's talking to the angel Uriel, and he says, "So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These are they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh, and now they are crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. And then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders the Lord thy power thou hast seen." So that's Ezra's having a vision of the elect being crowned. And it says that they were being crowned by the Son of God, which is Yahushua. And we read in Revelation 2 and 25. I'll read that one more time. Yeah. "But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father." So basically, Yahushua is coming back to crown his elect and destroy the wicked. I think I've got one more precept I'd like to get. 2 Ezra's 8 and 27. Yeah, this is a great scripture to close out on. So let me get it in this here. 2 Ezra's 8 and 27. Yeah, here we are. So this reads, 8 and 27 is here. "Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen, but the desire of... Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen, but the desire of those that keep thy testimonies in afflictions." Yeah. "Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen, but the desire of those that keep thy testimonies in afflictions." Yeah. Basically, one of the wicked inventions of the heathen, why I'm bringing that precept up, is because this Quran is a wicked invention of the heathen. So I'll read that one more time. It says, "Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen, but the desire of those that keep thy testimonies in afflictions." So we're currently going through afflictions in our flesh now because we're still in slavery under Esau, Edom. But we're soon going to be redeemed from this captivity by Yahushua, because no mortal man can redeem us. And Yahushua said he will not meet thee as a man when he's coming back. So I hope that lesson has been edifying and hasn't been too long. Yeah, just under 30 minutes. Let's try and trim this down. So that's the end of me breaking down the first part of the Quran, Surah 1, we've dealt with that. So that's done and dusted. So we'll try and move on to Surah 2, Lord willing, when I next have time to do some lessons. So once again, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachadash. Double honours to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. A sincere shalom to all you Akim who be pushing this word in truth and sincerity around the world. And, you know, time's speeding up, man. I can't believe how fast this week's gone. It feels like I just don't know where the time's gone. And so basically we haven't got much long left in this captivity. So, you know, we're almost out of this. So let's stay strong and stay in the spirit. Yeah, so that's all I've got to say. So once again, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and Lord willing, until I'm able to do another lesson, I say Shalom.